You've cited Marshall McLuhan's quote that those who distinguish between education and entertainment don't know much about either.
Right.
You've also mentioned how the current generation of students are digital natives.
Right.
They speak the language of technology, whereas for some of us, it's really a second language. So what can classroom educators and organizations like Gateway to the Arts who are going into schools do to connect with students to facilitate whole brain thinking? Like, how can we shift our approach to them to create learning experiences that resonate with them, and as you said, and teach us.
And teach
too.
us, yeah. One of the things that I'm a big proponent of is rediscovering wonder. Okay, rediscovering wonder, and when you rediscover wonder, you start to rediscover joy, and that has been missing. You know, I have a lot of arguments with various educators who are there saying, you know, Don, everything's not fun. You know, learning science is not fun, or learning math is not fun, calculus. And I keep coming back to, well, why not? I mean, why can't it be fun? I mean, basically, we can craft a game, which is a challenge for anything. And solving a math problem is problem solving. And problem solving is at the heart of practically every game I know. You know, if you're the Pirates, I mean, how do you solve the problem of we can't hit? All right, I mean, you know, so, you know, I listen to that and I go, well, wait a minute, why can't it be fun? Because fun doesn't mean that we're sitting there holding our sides, you know, guffawing with laughter. It means that it's engaging, that it's meaningful. And so when I say come back to wonder, one of the things that we insist on here is that our students go out and experience nature. You know, I take a look at the reaction any human being has when they see the photos that the Hubble telescope does. I mean, you could be, you know, working and living in a trailer park. You show them the Hubble photos and they go, oh my God, all right? And that's the sort of wonder I want them to tap into. You know, there's a whole nature of art called fractals. Right? You take a look at fractals and you get it. Anything under an electron microscope is mind-blowing. Okay? And it's like, well, why don't we get back to what is the molecular composition here? You know, I remember when I first got my telescope, or, you know, I'm looking going, wow, this is cool. And a microscope, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And we've gotten away from that. And I think that it's time, like I say, to rediscover the wonder in things. I mean, it's rather broad, but there's a whole variety of ways in which you can do that. You know, one of the things we do when we take our students out on these, we call them adventure modules, is they have to interpret it. And they can interpret it any way they want. And it's amazing. We'll take them whitewater rafting, and we'll get everything from linear stories to artistic interpretations, paintings, to poetic, and you just sit there going, goodness gracious, isn't this what it's all about? I mean, here's a life experience that has now been interpreted in a variety of creative ways. Well, guess what? You don't need to be a graduate student to do that. You know, I mean, mom and dad half the time are putting Johnny's little picture on the refrigerator because it's pretty significant. It's pretty meaningful, you know, not just because Johnny did it, but it's like, wow, look how they see the world.
Exactly.
And I think we need to start appreciating how others see the world. One of the cool things about video games is that the technology has facilitated the ability to look at something from a variety of points of view. And that's really what it's about, because every individual has his or her point of view. Cultures have their points of view. And it's really part of what it means to be human. And so anything that I think that facilitates how others see the world is beneficial. And technology does that.